Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. So, Capricorn, we are going to be looking at our oracle cards. We're going to be diving deep into our tarot cards to see the messages that the divine needs you to receive at this moment in time. Now, always take the time to allow you to invite your intuition to be available, to be present as I'm doing these readings, because your intuition will start elaborating on the messages that you're receiving, so that these readings become more powerful, these readings become more personal. I know that many of you are asking for personal readings at the moment, and I'm not able to do any personal readings. I'm literally booked out until the end of December. There's a long waiting list, so I'm not able to take on any more personal readings. So these readings I'm doing for you, I'm really putting my energy, my time, my love, everything, so that they become like personal readings, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at our oracle cards, like I already said, and I want to take this opportunity to ask you to wish my son a happy birthday. His name is Phoenix, and it's his 10th birthday today. It is really funny because on this day, I celebrate my rebirth, because when I was having him, I experienced my life. I passed away, basically. I can't remember the word I was going to say. Okay. And I had to come back again into this body, into this experience. So on this day, we celebrate his birthday. And on this day, I usually take time out for introspection, for reflection, to ask myself, if today this was my last day on this planet, would I leave this planet happy? Do I have any regrets? Do I have anything that is not closed? Do I have any dreams that I haven't accomplished yet? And I really look at this time and the reflection that I have, and to be really honest with myself. And I'm saying that for many years now, when I've asked myself this question, and if this was my last day again on this planet, what would I feel? And I'm happy to say that for the most part, 99.9%, I am in peace. I've accomplished everything that I've wanted to accomplish. And if today was the last day, I would be fine with that. That 1%, what I would not be fine with is, of course, being a mom and being a wife. I would always think about the kids, my family, and all of that. And that's the only time that I feel that, okay, I'll not be happy to leave this planet whilst they're so young, and I want to experience them. I want to enjoy them. I want to, go through this life with them. So maybe Phoenix, my son, it's funny to me that we chose the name Phoenix before he was born. And with everything that happened with his birth, it's really funny that it was a really fitting name. It is the name that I chose. My husband chose my daughter's name. And everything that transpired on that day, it was like literally I was reborn and he came into this world as well. So we share a special type of energy, a special type of connection, me and him. And I hope that maybe if I ask him later on, maybe he might do a video and come on, because he's wise beyond his years and he's so much to teach. Being a Leo, he's very much center stage. And when we're looking at our astrology charts, we're like opposites. I'm very much the hermit. I'm very much introverted. And for him, he is happy being on the spotlight. He can express himself so well. He is just an amazing being. So I want to take this opportunity to ask you to wish him a happy birthday, and just to make his day. So Capricorn, let's have a look to see the messages that are here for you. I want to look at our oracle cards, and then to see our tarot cards, to see the major arcana cards that are here. You have the moon card. We have a new moon today, so the moon card being here is fitting. You have the energies of the Hierophant, which is also fitting when I'm talking about having that awakening that I went through and having that energy of the phoenix, this is very much like that Hierophant, where you're climbing the ladder, where you're learning, where you're growing, so that you can transcend and ascend this 3D dimension to maybe a 5D and maybe even more. I mean, like my guides always ask me, why does everyone want to go to the 5D when there is so many more layers? Wouldn't you want to aspire to go to the highest possible dimension? And I was like, I don't know, 5D is trending, so maybe that's why people want to go to the 5D, but I digress. You have the energies of the Judgment card, and fitting again, you have the energies of the birth and death. You have the energies of the number 13, which is always like, has that connotation of making people afraid of this card. But this is actually a card that allows you to end things so that new beginnings can start. Again, this is the perfect card of the Phoenix, because you understand that when something ends, when you're conscious of the ending, you allow a new beginning, and a new beginning that sees you actually growing, that sees you actually bringing in a different type of power. So I always welcome the Death card, because the Death card allows us to shift, to transcend, to enter into new timelines, to enter into new portals. And the number 13, again, being a number that is very much feared, this is a lucky number that is always presented in a negative way. But when you start becoming the alchemist, when you start learning, you actually fall in love with this card, because this is a card of transformation. This is a powerful card that is really one of my favorite cards. And I'm really thankful that this card showed up today. So I always tell you that when we're looking at our readings, we can literally put all the other cards to one side, and we can look at our major arcana cards and to see what our major arcana cards are trying to tell us, what our major arcana cards are trying to highlight. Okay, so the Moon card is connected to fear at its lowest polarity, and the divine is saying to you that use the energies of the Moon card at its highest polarity, especially when it's connected to the Hierophant. One moment, Elvis wants to leave the building. This is his thing now that he does all the time. I think he's probably having fun with you guys. So Elvis is gonna leave the building in a moment, as usual. So back to the reading. The Moon card at its lowest polarity is about fear. Coupled with the energies of the Hierophant, the Moon card encourages you to look and face your fears and transmute them and transform them into the highest polarity of the energies of the Moon, which is you using your intuition, which is you allowing the Moon to reveal, to illuminate anything that is hidden. And the energies of the Hierophant is the card of the Guru, is the card of the teacher, the philosopher, someone that you go to and they show you the light. They allow you to smash that glass ceiling and remind you that everything that you're seeking out here is already within you, and to tap into your own divine wisdom so that you are not relying on a guru, on a priest, but rather you are relying on your own divine wisdom that you were born with, that is already within you. Everything that you are seeking out here, the answers are within you. And the divine truly wants you to understand that, because in understanding that, you step into the energies of the Judgment. The Judgment card is not only about releasing, but the Judgment card is a wake-up call. In the other tarot cards, the Judgment card has that angel that is blowing the trumpet, and people are coming out of their coffins. And so I suppose this is also fitting, connected to the experience that I had 10 years ago, when it was that trumpet, that awakening, that rude awakening that I had changed me on a level that nothing else could have ever changed me. So equally for you on this day, the divine is saying to you that it is important for you to look at your fears, and it is important for you to transform and transmute your energies to the Moon's card at its highest polarity, and to go and work with your intuition, and to allow yourself to be your own guru, to transcend, to transform and to smash that glass ceiling so that you are working on the 5D because you are transforming from the 3D to the 5D, but even higher than that. And the energies of the Judgment card, the divine is saying that this is a wake-up call. Again, for many of you who are light workers, who are star seeds, who are meant to share your light, who are meant to share your gifts with the world, this is a wake-up call to say it is time for you to wake up and it is time for you to step up. Because many years from now, on your deathbed, you are going to look at all the gifts and the talents that you didn't use. And they'll be there asking you, why didn't you give us an opportunity to be born? Why didn't you give us an opportunity to express ourselves? Why didn't you give us an opportunity to allow other people to awaken through using you as a vessel, through using your voice, your talents, and your skills? So the Judgment card is here and saying to you that even though it might be a difficult conversation to have when we're talking about death and rebirth, but when it's all said and done, everything that you're experiencing, all the decisions that you're making are all leading to this day when it will be your last day. And the Judgment card always asks you on your last day, will your heart be as light as a feather? Really, this is what the Judgment card is all about. And so I really like that this person is here being judged for everything that he did in his life and his heart being scaled or weighed and his heart being equal to a feather. This is a powerful type of message that is here because the divine always asks you to go through anything that you need to go through, to leave behind anything that doesn't serve you, to leave behind maybe relationships, maybe how you're making money, maybe you going to new horizons and beginnings. And we spoke about the priest connected to the energies of the Hierophant. And the divine is saying that it is you leaving behind that limited expression where you have to watch tarot readings, where you have to go to gurus, where you have to go to the energies of the Hierophant. You leave that behind because you understand that everything that you are seeking is already within you. And I like that the child knows this, and the child is not afraid of death. The child is looking directly at death. But the mother or the woman that is here, she cannot face death. She cannot face this energy that is here. And why? I feel that in our society, maybe if we're courageous enough to look at death and to speak about it more, it becomes normal. We normalize this experience that is written for every one of us, and we stop making it so uncomfortable. Because the reason why I shared Phoenix's birth story is because for me it was a life-changing moment, and a life-changing moment that allows me on the 16th of August every year to be honest and to be real with myself. If today was the last day, what regrets will I have? And why aren't I doing something about it? And being comfortable in understanding that death can knock at any time on your door. Because certainly for us, when we went to have our baby, we were not expecting to have an encounter with death. This was the last thing on our minds. We were expecting celebrations. We were expecting this energy that is just like, this is our first son that we've had. And that a celebration was almost tainted. That celebration, even though it was painful, actually allowed me, my family, to come closer together, allowed me to grow, allowed me to step in and be comfortable with sharing my gifts. Because I told you in a couple of readings before that when I was on the other side, I had a choice not to wake up. And I chose not to wake up. But then the voice that was speaking, the sound that was there communicating with me was like, you haven't fulfilled your soul contract. So even if you decided to stay asleep, at some moment you will have to wake up. The trumpet would have to sound again, and you will have to wake up, and you will have to go through that birth experience. You will have to be born and go through that experience so that you can fulfill your soul contract. And right now, at this moment in time, I truly feel that I've done everything that was asked of me, and I fulfilled my soul contract. And now it is my choice to be here, and I'm loving being here. But I'm also comfortable with understanding that the knock can come at any moment, and ask myself, is my heart as light as a feather? Am I holding grudges? Am I still angry about my past? Am I still angry about my childhood? Am I still angry about all the traumatic experiences that I experienced? And I can hand on my heart say that I am at peace, and I've made peace with everything that has caused me pain, with my mom, with my sister, with everyone that has put me through many challenges. And being at peace is a beautiful thing. So the question for you is, how can you start inviting yourself to be at peace? How can you start entering into that energy of facing all the traumas that you've experienced and coming to peace with them? On my website, I have a course called Wounded Warriors Academy. And Wounded Warriors Academy was a course that I did where I put everything that I learned on my journey of healing, everything, all the exercises that I did to release everything that I was holding on to, or the pain or the disappointment. So for some of you who are on your healing journey, maybe go and look at Wounded Warriors Academy and maybe go through that course, purchase that course, go through that course so that you can be at peace, because that is what it's all about. I can assure you that joy, happiness, money, and everything is just a cherry on the top. But inner peace is something that we should all be aiming for, is something that we should all be transpiring to, because you cannot go through this life and then on that day when you are getting judged, still feel that you're still angry about this and that, because it creates karma. And that karma means that you will have to come back again and learn to come to peace with everything. I know I'm going a bit deep on a joyous day like this, but my guides and my ancestors, when we're doing our meditation and our prayers, it was important again to share this story, because it is like that awakening that my guides are trying to inspire many of you to go into. And through that awakening, inner peace is part of that. And also answering your calling, sharing your gifts and your talents is also important. So our oracle cards are saying to you that the life that you want is already here and waiting for you. When you step up and when you step into your true power, this is when you unleash all the joy and the happiness that is here. And I can stand testimony to this. So I know that many of you, indeed, on the last day we're together on the 31st of December, you will have answered your call, and you will be stepping into the next chapter of your life, where you're going to be loving the next chapter of your life, where you're going to be happy, where you're going to be vibrant, where you are going to be taking up space, like that Leo energy, where you are going to be center stage, because you're understanding that everything that you went through, you're meant to share it with other people so that you can inspire other people to go through their own healing journeys. And not only that, you are understanding that it is possibly really worth considering that this is where your pot of gold is, where your abundance is going to be coming in. Because I can assure you that you didn't go through all that suffering for nothing. All that suffering meant something. My guides and my ancestors are encouraging you to start creating your own protection rituals, okay? Doing your candle magics on new moons, full moons, lighting maybe incense and cleansing your home, finding whatever protection rituals that suit you, that you find easy, because protecting your energy, especially when you are stepping up and starting to share your gifts and your talents, is going to be really important. So find ways of creating those protection rituals, because when it is time for you to be noticed, to be seen, to be heard. Make sure that you have a way of protecting yourself and your energy. Okay. We have our card that is saying to you that as you're listening to this reading, okay, it is important for you to understand that you will be shifting into a new chapter. You will be shifting into a new timeline. You will be transcending. And as you're doing so, there's a sense of joy that is there. There's a sense of liberation that is there. And as you're going on this journey of joy, of peace, of liberation, you are going to be seeing coincidences happening, and you're going to be seeing confirmations happening. So as you're seeing those confirmations happening, do not excuse them. Do not ignore them as mere coincidences, because this is how your guides and your ancestors communicate with you. And this is how they give you that thumbs up that you are going in the right direction. So if you're understanding why you found this reading, comment 1111 in the comment section below. Okay. And not only that, you are being encouraged on this auspicious day of the Leo new moon to believe in magic, because Leos are magical. They just have this vibe and these energies around them of joy, where life is just bigger than. So the divine is saying, start believing in magic, start taking up space, start understanding that you have so much to offer. Start understanding that you were meant to shine. Start understanding that you were meant to share your gifts and your talents. Start understanding that it is time for you to take center stage and to use your unique talents, your skills, to claim your pot of gold, to claim your abundance that is your birthright. Literally, it is like what is getting in your way to getting to the next level, to receiving whatever it is that you want, is that you're still holding on. You're still feeling afraid of stepping up. You're still not answering the call to be that starseed, to be that light seer, to be that tarot reader, healer, to be that poet, to be that writer, to be that musician. Whatever your calling is, you will shift people's energy through you sharing your gifts. So it is important for you to go and start painting. It is important for you to step up. And as you're stepping up, there's a sense of you being brave, because you have the energies of the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is about taking action. The knights go into battle. They have to be brave as they're going into unknown territory. So for some of you, the divine is saying that you are afraid of showing up and sharing your talents and your skills. But understand that as you're stepping into something new and unknown, it is normal to feel afraid. But don't let the lower polarity of the moon card keep you afraid, keep you imprisoned. There's a sense of joy. There's a sense of passion. There's a sense of liberation when we're talking about the energies of the wands. So you're taking that magic wand. You're remembering as usual that you are the magician and you are the alchemist of your life. And you can take this magic wand and you can create anything that you want. So why are you creating from a sense of fear? Why are you creating from a sense of self-doubt? When the divine is saying to you that the next chapter is going to be magical. When the divine is saying to you that the next chapter, you're going to be full of fire. You're going to be vibrant. You are going to be full of passion. So there's a calling that is here. Look at the smile on your face. Look at the smile on your face here. There's a calling that is here where you are just full of joy like this. When you are finally truly showing up as who you are meant to be. So I really love these energies for you, because the celebration doesn't stop there. You, like I already told you, are going to be creating stability through that warmth, through that passion, through that fire. Look at you sharing your gifts. Look at you dancing. Look at you being carefree. And through you being carefree, through you stepping up, you are indeed going to be creating that stability that you're going to be praying for, that you are currently praying for rather. So the energies of the Four of Wands is all about this energy that is here. Some of you are moving abroad. Some of you are shifting your energies. Some of you are stepping up, like I said, and through you doing whatever action or taking whatever action that you need to take, you're able to create the stability that you are praying for. And the stability that you're praying for feels really good because it feels good to get up every day. You are in love with your life. You know, when you're in love at the beginning and you're just so excited to wake up in the morning, you're just so excited to get that message or to send that message. This is the same type of energy that is here, where you are in love with your life. Okay, so the energies of the Page of Wands being underneath our moon. This again is an energy of self-doubt, because the pages are young, they're naive, they are not self-assured yet, they're on a journey of self-discovery. So again, the divine is saying to you, as you are stepping up, it is okay to feel afraid. It is okay to not know what you don't know, but understand and understand and then overstand on a deep level that everything will work out just fine, because this is the journey that you're meant to be on. So don't let self-doubt get in the way. Don't let fear get in the way. Don't let your thoughts drown you, because the energies of the swords operate on the mental plane. So your overthinking is making you doubt yourself, is making you drown, is not making you feel empowered. But as you're understanding that it is imperative for you to look at yourself, how you're getting in your way, and to step into the energy of judgment, where you are releasing each segment of fear, each segment of I am not enough. Whatever is getting in your way, maybe it is you thinking, I'm a parent, I cannot be irresponsible. And the divine is saying that you are being irresponsible by not sharing your gifts, because remember, your pot of gold is here. You make easy abundance. Money will start effortlessly flowing into you when you step up. Why is this? Because your vibration is different. You are commanding. The divine will never entrust you with gifts and talents that you don't know how to share. So the divine is saying that for some of you, you are feeling that I have kids, I cannot do this. And I subscribe to that once upon a time. When I left my job and resigned with no real way of making money, other than I knew that I could not carry on betraying myself, especially after that life and death experience, I definitely could not carry on. So after my son was born, I was like, okay, I'm resigning and I am going to figure it out. And today, I am over the moon that I had that much faith, that I was brave enough to understand that everything that I needed to make things work, I'll find a way. And I found a way indeed. And as I found a way, life is delicious. It's amazing. I told you at the beginning of this reading that if this was my last day, I have absolutely no regrets. I've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve and more. So equally for you, the divine is saying that whatever is standing in the way, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's how you get in your own way, whatever is standing in the way of you having a heart as light as a feather, please address this. Because again, you never know when you're going to get called into the office, because certainly that's what it felt like to me when I had my life and death experience. It felt like the divine was like, okay, we cannot carry on like this. And I was called into the office for that pep talk, okay? And as we had the pep talk, my eyes were opened. And I could never be the same again. I could never go back to playing small again. I just couldn't. And this inspired me. This made me realize that it was time for me to step up. And even though I was afraid of how I was going to make enough money, how were we going to support our family, we had mortgages, okay? We had a mortgage, we had bills to pay, we had 2 kids that needed feeding, and yet I still resigned and left. And I figured it out along the way. And when I look back now, I am so thankful that I was brave enough. So I am hoping that this reading is inspiring you to also step up and to be brave enough to understand that you can absolutely make it. Believe in the magic. Believe in the synchronicities. Believe that you're going to love the next chapter. Believe that everything is going to work out for you. The funniest thing, when I left my job, I didn't even know how to read tarot cards. I didn't even know how to do what I do now. And everything, the teachers that I needed, the mentors that I needed, everyone showed up at the right time. And before I knew it, we were here, and we're here celebrating. And not only that, the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway is I have peace. Peace of mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul, peace in all my different bodies. And I hope that you have the same, because there was this energy that is here, the Nine of Wands, where I just feel that for some of you, there is just a lot that is currently going on. And you're saying that this is an interesting reading, and I really appreciate it. But Tarot Diviner, you don't know what I'm currently going through. And the Divine is saying to you, like I already told you, when you are ready, the way, the path will appear. But you have to be ready. You have to get up. You have to take that leap of faith, and the Divine will catch you as you're falling. I'm not saying that the journey was easy at the beginning, because certainly the journey wasn't easy at the beginning. Were there times that I regretted leaving my job that paid really well? Sometimes. But did I feel like going back? Never. Because I understood that something had shifted on a profound level. And my guides, my ancestors, the Divine is hoping that you don't have to go through that life and death experience, that something will shift as you're watching this reading. You just feel inspired. You start creating your exit plans. You start making preparations. You start asking yourself, what do I love? And how can I bravely take life by the horns and create the life that I want? What do I even want? So again, everyone is at different levels. And I hope that this reading made sense, because yeah, this is a day. I wasn't even going to make a reading today, because this is a day where I spend time with the family. It's about reflection. It's about looking back. There are 2 days in the year that I really, really look back. This is one of the days when I feel like I had that rebirth experience. And the other day is on my birthday. So those 2 days are days that are like, okay, where are we in? Where are we at? I check in. Where am I not happy? Where can I improve things? Where can I? And I ask all the different questions, because like I said, that experience changed me on a profound level. And I'm thankful that I'm able to be here, hopefully inspiring you, sharing as much as I can, because we have 138 days, I think, left before this chapter closes. And it feels strange to me, because my guides are like, you are getting deployed to a new area. I'm like, I love reading tarot. I love doing what I do. And they're like, well, people are not answering their calling. Okay, so you have to go and work overtime. You have to go and learn new skills until the light workers, the people like you who are meant to answer your calling and to step up, until you do, things have to get shifted around and people have to get deployed into different areas. And I'm absolutely gonna miss this channel. And I'm trying to bargain with my guides and my ancestors to say, maybe I can just do like one reading once a month. And currently the answer is absolutely not. But I'm still bargaining. Okay, we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna see how everything transpires. But I'll be working on the astral level, and the astral realm is nothing to do with YouTube. It's nothing to do with being online. It's nothing to do with none of this. So I am keeping my fingers crossed that I'll be allowed to maybe carry on this channel in some capacity. And if it's not, then I hope that these 138 days that you are inspired enough to go on the journey that you need to go on. Okay, so dear Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and if you haven't commented happy birthday to Phoenix yet, please wish him a big happy birthday, because this is a big day for both of us, but this is ultimately his day. So I want to acknowledge that for him. So beloved, I'm going to see you on my next reading, and it is a goodbye from me.